Morning, everyone. I say morning. It's morning for me. These videos go up at midday normally, at least in the UK. Right now, it's about 1 a.m. and I'm playing some late night Football Manager, as you do. Busy January transfer window, lots going on. I've started selling some players. It's going great. I'm just getting ready for a game against Queen's Park Rangers, and I've realised that Loser, Geargun, Ode, and Abed are all at AFCON until February. I have a first team of 16 right now. Yeah. I'm going to go to bed and cry. Hopefully when I join you towards the end of January, things are better than they are right now, because on the 8th of January, I'm going into a league game with 5 first team players on the bench. Yep. How's it going, folks? And welcome back. It's been a busy January. I've got over the hump of having, well, not a first team, basically. We've been delving into the transfer market. Today, we are back. We are taking on FC United, and then we're going to go forward a week and take on a Norwich City team who are running away with the title at the top. They've lost 2 games in 27. I'm going to hope that by the end of today's episode, there's going to be 3 defeats in that column. Now, as you saw in the intro, things really haven't exactly been going to plan so far. It's an absolute shambles at this club, or at least it was. I do feel like we're starting to get a grip on things now. We've been very, very busy in the transfer market, so inevitably, that feels like it should be the place we begin. And if we just sort these transfers by kind of date completed, you can see here, lots of players leaving for some fairly hefty money, plenty of players brought in as replacements, and suddenly I feel like the team is starting to feel like a squad. You know, I feel like I've got a group of players that I can trust. And whilst there are a few players who still want to leave the team, who are still crying away, some of whom I've promised I will sell, and, well, they're not getting any interest in them, I at least feel like now I've kind of got a grip on things. And that is a good place to be in, because before January, I really didn't feel like that. But anyway, let's talk about the transfers on the out. A fair bit of money made, lots of players who were just overrated, overpaid. Pavlidis has left to go to Dynamo Kiev for, I think, £8 million. A hefty amount of money, really. Another player who left us was Oosting. He's just not very good. I talked about it in last episode, not a fan. Managed to get £7 million for a 30-year-old, which felt like daylight robbery, really, because I just wanted him out of the club. Amu is one of a few youngsters who just aren't really it, who we've decided to let go. There was a few players in the reserves and in the kind of first team who were just kind of on the fringes of things. They kind of felt like they've been promoted to the senior team this year just due to a lack of players, and they don't have the required quality. Amu is one such player, just not really a fan of him. A couple of other players fall into that bracket. We have here Matthew Beatty, a player who was signed from Manchester United for 300k. We've sold him to Trabzonspor for 6.25 million, and another player who also headed over to Turkey is Dionisi, who is another player who is fine, is okay, but is never really going to be great. Sold for 8.5 million. I feel like that's 2 sales that are probably selling players for massively above what we should have got for them. Close to £15 million made there. The big headline sale, though, was Ravil Tagir. He has left to go to Manchester United. We sold him in the end for £38 million. A good centre-back, but with this huge influx of money, I was able to reinvest into the first team and really add some depth and quality. And let's be honest, after the first 2 episodes, it was kind of obvious. I hated my defence. It now feels like it is actually a defence that I've built. So if it all goes wrong still, it's now on me. The final piece of the puzzle in terms of our own players who left the club was Ivan. Loaned him out to Napoli. They are paying all of his wages to the end of the year. That's £170,000 a week we're saving. He's not very good. And to make things even worse, he got injured, sprained knee ligaments, out for 2 months. His physicals have absolutely fallen off a cliff. Probably going to make him more difficult to sell in the summer, but at least whilst he's injured, I'm not having to pay for him. So yeah, one less thing to worry about, and just nice to not have to stare at those wages constantly whenever I'm on the squad screen. I did also take the opportunity in January to release a couple of players in on loan. Kalani, one such example. Just don't think he's very good, really. So yeah, let him go back to Manchester United. So those are the players that have left the club. Let's talk about the players that have joined the club. The first example, Jones. We already talked about him, one of a couple of players we'd already agreed to sign as of last episode. He's joined us from FC United and Manchester. He scored on his debut. It was only his 9th career goal. I felt like a genius when he scored. Might end up playing more games because of that singular goal. Let's be honest, he's not very good. A couple of other players that we talked about last episode have now officially joined us. Marco Antonio Mackintosh, one such example. He's been playing in at right back, 7.22 rating to start his career at Crystal Palace. He's had a good start. Another one of the new signings we talked about last episode who's joined us is Matayev. Hasn't exactly hit the ground running, a 6.55 rating in 4 league games. He's not set the world alight. Then again, he is only 19. And he is the backup left back. The final of the players that we'd already agreed to sign as of last episode is Josef Severin. This guy has gone out on loan to Schalke, didn't have a work permit, got 2 goals on his Bundesliga debut. Keep an eye on this man. I think he might be massive for us next year. So when it comes to players signed since last episode, 9 additions to the squad. It really has been quite the hefty rebuild. A couple of Irish youngsters joining us. I say youngsters. They're young in real life in this save game. They're very much in their prime. The first we have is Andrew Bamidele. Andrew Bamidele. I'm going to have to say that a few times to get used to it. Try saying that 3 times aloud. Look, he's very, very good. 28 years old, quality centre-back, bit of experience. As I mentioned, we did sign another Irish player. That man, Eder, 29 years old, pacey forward, good in the air, bit of an all-round advanced forward. We were lacking in the striking department. We were so reliant on Gurajaga that I felt like we had to ease the burden on him a little bit. As you can see now, looking at the team, we've got strikers, and another striker that we picked up is Riad Talby from Lyon. With the save game, I added in a lot of the top European leagues at the start of this season. As a result, there's a couple of players that have generated without any history just because they've been added into the game late. Talby was one such example, a player who's very much in his prime, wasn't wanted at Lyon. We have snapped him up. He is rapid. I'm hoping he is going to be the goal scorer to propel us to promotion next year. We did add plenty of new players at the back. We had a lot of defenders leaving. Jordan Hackett joined us as a squad option who I was going to be using as our starting left back. Ahead of Matayev. However, he has got sprained ankle ligaments. He's been out for a couple of weeks and Matayev's been thrown into the first team fray. But Hackett here, 26 years old, he's a kind of good to average left back. He does left backy things well. He's more of a wing back than any of the players we already had. And we did get him for a really, really good price, only £3 million. I think that's a bargain. The final of the defenders that we signed was Caleb Akoli, comes in to be a squad player, very, very good, experienced individual, has played at Atalanta for a number of years without really ever being given a run in their first team. Fairly professional personality, good determination. Given all the more experienced players we're currently getting rid of out the team, I need to get some new leaders in place, some more influential, positive influences. Akoli, one such example. Now, we talked about the issue with Pickford retiring at the end of the year, so I did go and look at goalkeepers, and I found this man, Mario Ruiz. He is 21 years old. He was signed from Levante for a £5.5 million release clause. Is it just me or is he absolutely ridiculous? Like, my scouts don't rate him, my coaches don't rate him, apparently Levante don't rate him, and he's not played a lot in the kind of under-21 Spanish team setup. But if we just compare him to Jordan Pickford here, I think he's a ridiculously good goalkeeper. He's only 21, has loads and loads of room to improve, 18 one-on-ones, 17 reflexes, he can kick the ball exceptionally. And I just think he's really, really good. Hopefully, he's going to live up to those expectations. Lots of potential as well. And at 21, plenty of time to continue to develop. I think we might be onto a winner with this guy. He could be the kind of man being our goalkeeper when we are hopefully a Champions League club in kind of 4 years' time. As I mentioned, we have signed a lot of players. Let's talk about the last few really quickly. Rui Ferreira has joined us on loan from Tottenham. Versatile centre mid, more defensive in nature. That is something that we have lacked in the first team. So really happy to get him into the end of the year. Elsewhere, Marcus Tullio joins us as a centre-back come defensive midfielder at 19 years old. Loads and loads of potential. Fairly large outlay, £12.25 million for him, but I think he's got the makings of a super talented player. Looks like a centre-back, but with his work rate and stamina, I am a little tempted to convert him to being a ball-winning midfielder. And well, the final player that we've signed is Michele Kazoo. Kazoo? Kazoo. I might just call him Kazoo like the milkshake. Either way, amazing player. Uruguayan under-23 international. Has great free kicks, has great corner taking. Really signed because in the club vision I'm meant to be making more of set pieces. The board are really disappointed with my efforts so far. So Michelle here is my solution to that problem. Maybe, hopefully. A bit of squad depth, can play out on the left-hand side, cutting in on his right foot. I like him a lot. Bags of pace, could be a really dangerous player starting in games, or the kind of man we can bring on against tiring defences to really inject some energy in the final third. So I appreciate a lot happening on the squad front. We knew that was going to be the case. It's been busy. I'm still trying to get rid of a couple of players. Loser could be out of the club very, very soon to Fenerbahce. Apparently, we signed him for £22.5 million at the start of the year. He's a good little squad player, but at 31 years old, he turns 32 at the end of the year. Fenerbahce have come in with £22.5 million. I would quite happily sell a player who's going to be 32 at the end of the year for that kind of money. That would, of course, give us the opportunity to maybe reinvest in some more youth elsewhere. So fixtures since you're last here, not a lot of games played, but that's really because I've been so focused on the off-the-pitch stuff, it's just taken a very long time to get through to. And, well, of course, today we have FC United to take on. I felt like I couldn't not do this game. In terms of the game since you were last here, we drew against Huddersfield 2-2. That maybe looks like a good result on the face of it. We were 2-0 up in this game. They scored in the 94th minute. I felt like crying. Yeah, that's a pretty good synopsis of this one. After that game, we succumbed to defeat against Wolverhampton Wanderers. We weren't good enough in this game. They ended up being the better team quite comfortably. But the good news is we have turned things around in the league, at least, since then. We beat Queen's Park Rangers 2-0, Gurajaga and Jones with the goals. We have to go watch Jones's goal, don't we? So just as a recap for New Park to Prem watchers, Jones here is a centre mid who's been with us since we were in the 9th tier. He's not very good in terms of championship level, but he scored on his debut, and I'm going to be honest, it could be a contender for goal of the season. An outrageous finish into the bottom corner. Great to get a win there, and we got a win against Hull in the most recent game. This was another really, really good game. We got a last-minute goal of our own. I feel like this year we've conceded a lot of last-minute goals. In this game here, Mackintosh, the new right-back, setting up Gurajaga, who was playing out on the right-hand side of midfield in this game. As you're going to see, it was a really, really good finish. Late on, literally the last kick of the game. Tight angle, found the bottom corner. Great to get a second win in the row in the league. You might have noticed I've totally glossed over the FA Cup game. We got knocked out against Preston North End. I don't want to talk about it. So you might have noticed that I've talked about all the transfers that we've done, and Jones is the only player I've signed from FC United. I'm in a little bit of a dilemma. I'd like to know your thoughts on things, those of you who have been long-term Park to Prem viewers. There's part of me that wants to sign Stephen Gold, but I do feel like if I take him away from FC United, I'm probably causing them massive, massive problems. And what I'm thinking is, I don't sign any of their players, or at least any more of their players, till the end of the year. We see if they get relegated or if they stay up, and then we can take action accordingly. I'd feel a little bit guilty taking away some of their best players now and then watching them get relegated. Of course, I say all of that. I desperately want to win today in our first game against them since we left the club, because I've still not won a game in a live com. So anyway, let's get into the first of two games today. We're taking on FC United. This is the 4-2-3-1 that we're going with. I've been tinkering with player roles and also the personnel continually over the last month. Really don't have a settled 11. Still a couple of players out on AFCON duty as well. Ode and Geargon, two players who would be rather useful to have in the first team. It does mean that the team for today looks a little like this. Ruiz starts in goal. Mackintosh, Bamidele and Matayev, of course, new players into the defence really since we joined. Elsewhere, a new look player who I hadn't really considered a starter until recently. Valdir, we'll just go with Val. I butcher enough names in episode. Valdir here was at the club. I kind of just ignored his existence. Do you ever do that? You kind of look through your squad and then like a month into the season, you realise you have a player that you didn't ever really give a chance to. Valdir is that man. Looks very good. Should be a capable defensive midfielder. It was something just last episode I was complaining about a lack of. He's going to slot in as the ball winner today alongside Manu Kone. Up top, we've of course got Talby. Kayazu comes in on the left-hand side, or Kazoo, the milkshake, out on the left-hand side with his set pieces. Torres then slots into the midfield in the middle. That is where he would more naturally play. Of course, to start the year, we were just plonking him out on the wing because needs must. And out on the right, Gurajaga is going to start. Wasn't entirely convinced he was going to be able to do a job here, but with the new striking signings, I needed to move him out wide. So far, it's been a resounding success. He got a goal and an assist out on the right-hand side. When we played him on the left, he got 2 assists. So yeah, hopefully he's going to continue to perform well like he has all season, albeit from a wider area from this point forward. So very, very excited for this game, taking on our former club, desperately hoping we can get a win, even if they're in the relegation zone. It feels weird seeing Maitland hit the post against us. It feels weird wishing for Stephen Gold to have a bad game. If you were wondering, by the way, how they're lining up, they've got Nesbitt and Gold up top, Maitland on the right, Richards on the left. Backline is very different to the backline I left, And they've also got Ferreira, the young Uruguayan, in goal, who I don't think he is as good as the other players, Butterworth and Smith in the midfield. It feels wrong the way they're using these players. I feel awful not seeing McDonald in goal. I'm hoping we score a load of goals against Ferreira to give McDonald a chance, although we've missed a header there, and Nesbitt's missed the target. I mean, some things never change, I suppose. This has been a game that after 23 minutes really hasn't gone as I would like. We've not created nearly enough. Of course, we know how FC United are going to play. They've got Nesbitt and Gold up front, 2 titans in the air. Expect lots of long balls just like this up to them and then little flick-ons to be going on. And well, that's exactly what's going to happen. Darren Richards in the wide area, bends it into the bottom corner, makes it 1-0 FC United. But the flag's up. I was about to just go on the standard spiel about how we've still not won in a live commentary and we still might not win in a live commentary today. The second game we've got is against the team who were top of the league. We need to win this one. We've been awful so far. Time to get shouty. Matayev in at left back, down the line to Kazoo. Now with Valdir, who plays it inside to Omar Bamidele. You know what? By the end of the series, maybe I will have nailed saying that name quickly. Manu Kone plays through Talby, who's looking for his first goal at the club. And Riad Talby, welcome to Crystal Palace. Signed from Lyon for just 4.3 million. A bit of a bargain, really, I feel like, for the quality he possesses. He's got the ability to finish. He is quick as well. A little give and go with Manu Kone. And then he just smashes it into the top corner. I mean, McDonald would have saved it. Ferreira definitely wasn't going to. Well, a goal up. Let's hope it keeps going like that. FC United going long again to Nesbitt, but Candido wins the ball well, and now it's with Kone. Kazoo holds up the play nicely, tries to switch over to Gorojaga, who can't quite get there. Ball played long, but we're going to read it well. Mackintosh inside to Kone. Gorojaga cutting inside. Our top goal scorer, one of the top goal scorers in the league as well. You would have backed him to find the target there. I guess technically he found the target. It just was straight at the goalkeeper. So remains 1-0, but at the break, after a slow start, we shut down FC United. There's not been a lot of quality on display, but we are in the lead. Let's look at the positives. We're winning a game of football. I'm a little bit scared that 3 of our back 4 are on yellow cards, but I'm just going to hope they're going to be well behaved. You know what? I was about to say I'm going to hope they're going to be well behaved. I remembered Mackintosh has a mean streak in him, so I'm going to bring in Luan in at right back. Of course, he's either footed. He can play on the left, he can play on the right, he can play in the middle. Today, he's going to go in that spot. Elsewhere in the team, Torres is not having the best game at centre attack in mid, so we're going to bring in Eze for him. Eze currently on the bench because he's not played very well recently, and he's also been crying about the fact I turned down a Leeds United offer of £7 million for him. Given the fact he's valued at 15 million, and I told him I'd happily sell him for 12 million, the money just wasn't right on the offer. And the finish there from Gorojaga should have ended up in the back of the net, shouldn't it? Ferreira turned it around the post. We have got a corner, though. Kazoo, we've brought him in for his set pieces. He goes to the back post. Candido was there. Unfortunately, keeper holds on to it. After a slow start, ever since we got shouty, things have been one-way traffic here. FC United really haven't created a great deal. We've had a lot of the ball. We've had a lot of it going forward, created a lot of chances. And, well, I'm hoping we're going to get a second goal here. Gorojaga in the wide area, gives it to Kone, already has 1 assist, and now the man has a goal. I don't know if that was meant to be a goal. Was that meant to be a shot? It kind of looked like he was trying to drill a pass into the box. I'm not going to complain. It's caught absolutely everyone off guard. Gorojaga held it up nicely, played it inside to Kone, and I thought for a second it was a pass to Talby, but I think it was actually a shot. It's gone all the way in, off the post, 2-0 up. I think we're about to see a win in an episode. I can't believe it. It's taken far too long. They've not hit the target yet. Ruiz in goal for us. Must be wondering why he's here. He didn't need to turn up today. And well, we have a corner that's going to be dealt with initially. Of course, we've got that expectation to make more of corners. So I want to see stuff happen. And well, technically, it's kind of a goal from a corner, right? It's Kazoo inside to Talby, who is now on for a hat-trick with 5 minutes left. The Uruguayan making his debut out on the left-hand side, the set-piece specialist. And, well, it wasn't exactly a set-piece here, but it was a ball of quality into the box. I think Talby just about timed his run to perfection. And Talby there gets the goal, and as I've mentioned, he's on for the hat-trick. Could he get it? I want to believe it's possible, the number 30. He's got the number 30. Oh, God, the numbers are bad. Why do I auto-number things? A striker should not have the number 30, should it? I mean, look, I'm not a massive squad number enthusiast. I know there's some people out there who hate auto-numbering. I'm an auto-numberer, but even I can feel a bit disgusted by it. Nesbitt's run goal. Is Ruiz going to need to make a stop? He does. Finally, he's had something to do on his live commentary debut. He's going to keep the clean sheet intact, at least for now. FC United with plenty of players with quality in the air, but Ruiz does not care. He plucks the ball away. 3 minutes of added time. And, Talby still on for the hat-trick, but not with passes to him like that one. Ball played forward. Candido misses his tackle. And now they've got a chance, and it's going to hit the post, and Omobamidele just get it away from danger. What are we doing? Passing it out from the back. I guess it's fine, right? I feel like we've got lucky today. Does anyone else get that vibe? I feel like we've done well. We've created a lot of chances, and I know their XG is only 0.7. They've had a lot of one-on-ones. They've got another one here as well. What are we doing at the back? Victor gets the goal, makes it 3-1. I do not know what we're doing defensively. I mean, what? Where is our back line here? I'm so confused. There's just, I don't know, the centre-backs are too far apart, and it's just a ball through the middle by Nesbitt. Ruiz, I mean, he's made a good stop from a one-on-one already. He can't do it constantly. FC United make it 3-1 here. I'm not a happy bunny, but at least we've got the win. And we don't have to pay out clean sheet bonuses. And besides Ruiz, was a really, really good team performance. Manu Kone, a goal and an assist. And up front, Talby, on his debut, looking very, very dangerous. So with that result, we climb up to 13th place, looking kind of good there. 11 points off the playoffs. I'd like to think that maybe we can chase that down a little bit. But we have got some tricky games on the horizon, including our next game, which is in a week's time, the one we're going to do in the episode. We have got Sunderland in the meantime, but we're going to come back after the transfer window closes to take on Norwich City away. They are top of the table, a very, very good team in this save game. Last year, they lost in the playoffs. It's a solid squad that Dean Smith has, and they're going to be tricky to take down. We're going to get forward to that one. Don't go anywhere. So I'm already conscious of the fact that today's episode is a little on the longer side, but I did get busy in January. We've got to talk about it before we take on Norwich. We delved into the market after the confirmation of the sale of Loser, who's left to go to Fenerbahce. We managed to recoup the money spent by the previous manager. I consider that a small win for a player in his early 30s to get over £20 million. And we went out and we reinvested that money in two exciting Brazilians. The first, Santiago, 18 years old, unfortunately on international duty, so won't be available to play today. But an exciting prospect at 18 years old. I think he could be a really talented attacking midfielder in the future. Bags of potential. One thing that's worth noting is that in the Premier League, there is a limit on the number of I think it's either under 18 or under 21 players from abroad you can sign. That limit doesn't exist in the Championship, so before we get promoted, I want to make the most of signing some youngsters. But when we're in the Premier League, I kind of view Santiago as one such player. And the other player that we picked up is Eder. I think that's how you'd say his name. Real player, obviously plays for Dortmund, I believe, in real life, on loan from Real Madrid, was signed from Flamengo for Real Madrid for £26 million. He's never really been given a chance to play any regular first-team football at both Real Madrid and Juventus. He has joined us on deadline day. The 29-year-old is amazing. I'm going to be honest, he's absolutely incredible. I'm kind of surprised we've been able to pick him up. Not a small amount of money paid, £15.5 million, and he is on £100,000 a week, which makes him the top earner. So he's really got to put in the kind of performances that I think he's capable of in the centre attacking mid position for us. And you can see here, looking at the January transfer window summary, we were the third highest spenders, spending £92 million. That said, we did make close to that in the sales as well. So it wasn't like we spent a load of money really. And of course, just to look at the finances, we still have a lot of money in the bank. And I'm sure that number can go back up should this continual trend of hemorrhaging money, because we're in the Championship. We don't have the Premier League money anymore. If this continues, our owner is going to be able to help us out, I hope. So I did take on Sunderland between the previous game and this game. It finished 0-0, nothing to talk about. So instead, let's take a look at the team for today's game. We go with Talby up top, got 2 goals against FC United, hoping he's going to continue his goal-scoring antics today. Gurajaga's out on the right-hand side, Torres on the left. Eder plays in the centre attacking mid position with Kone in the middle. Of course, Kone, man of the match last game, had a really big standout performance against FC United, hoping for more of the same from him. And the back four remains unchanged with Matayev, Omobamidele, Candido and Mackintosh. And then Ruiz, of course, in goal. Kept a clean sheet against Sunderland. let's hope that he has a little bit more to do today. I feel like this is the kind of game where a goalkeeper could make the difference. Taking on the team top, Norwich City, very, very good. Can we avoid defeat? Could we get what would honestly be a really emphatic win? Okay, first highlight of the game here, and Hennier getting his first touches on camera and giving the ball away immediately. Norwich City looking to break here, but Candido reads the play well, of course. We're at Carrow Road. It's going to be tricky. Away from home against one of the teams really successful. We need all the players kind of playing to their maximum ability. And well, so far, we're not showing that. We've given the ball away twice. It's now with Ford on the far side. He's going to play it in. We do get it away from danger, at least initially, but Norwich continuing this pressure. Yuri Alberto is through. Yuri Alberto makes it 1-0. We do have a bit of a habit of conceding goals in like the first 2 minutes of matches, it feels like, in live commentaries. That trend is continuing again today. We dealt with it initially, but just unable to get the ball away from danger. Ford with an expertly placed through ball. Yuri Alberto, good, confident finish by him, gives them the lead. Halfway through the first half here, we've had 59% of the ball, having a lot of possession, not really creating enough in terms of chances. I'm going to ask the players to just play a little bit more direct and slightly up the tempo here. We don't need to hold on to the ball quite as much. We can afford, well, to get it forward a little bit quicker, I suppose. Let's be a little bit more ambitious with our play, shall we? As well, with 5 minutes left of the half, we might have a chance here. Torres gives a little give and go. Now out on this near side, on that left foot of his, he is capable of putting the ball into the box, and he might be able to do just that. Cutting inside, one-on-one with the keeper, goes for goal, and Kelleher in the end makes a relatively straightforward save. It was smashed straight at him. The best chance we've had all half, but at the break, it's 1-0 Norwich. You know what? I'm going to ask the players what was that, and I'm going to try and just get some encouragement going in the camp. Actually, 1-0 against the team top of the league isn't that bad. I don't want to say it too loudly because I don't want the players to get complacent, but this is a game that we are very much in. I'd like to think that we can at least get a goal here, and well, we could have an early highlight because we're in possession. Mackintosh back to Hennier. Now with Gorojaga. Hennier with it to Talby, who's been tackled from behind, but we still keep the ball. Now with Omabamidele playing against his former club, of course. Torres on the far side, skips past his man. Talby in the middle, Gorojaga back post. Gorojaga's the man who is the intended recipient of a fantastic cross. Goal number 18 of the season for him. Draws us level, celebrates in front of the home fans. He doesn't give a Scooby-Doo, this man. And of course, Gorojaga on loan from Liverpool, not Norwich, we're at Norwich. On loan from Liverpool. I would like to sign him come the end of the year. Towering header, gets there ahead of the number 20 that Norwich is left back. And we're straight back in this game. So a really, really good start to this second half for us, hoping that we can keep the momentum going as well, Norwich look to build out from the back. We're going to try and apply pressure high up the pitch here. It's with Muenta, now with Yuri Alberto, who already has one. He gives it to Romario, bursting through the middle, lays it wide to Ford, who's going to look, not for the first time in this game, to get it into a dangerous area. The cross to the edge of the box, the finish over the crossbar. Half a chance there for Norwich. Disappointing finish at the end of it as far as they're concerned. So just under half an hour left here. I'm going to change some stuff up. Talby's not been great up top, so I'm going to move Gorojaga into the striking position and then bring in Eder, who is back from international duty. Needs a little bit of a rest, but needs must. I need him on the pitch in this game here, so we're going to bring him on. Elsewhere in the team, not been a great game here for Valdir, so we're going to move him out the team. I'm going to bring in Marcus Tullio for his debut, the young Brazilian, one of a number of young Brazilians who have joined us this transfer window. We're going to see what he is capable of as the ball-winning midfielder for us. Elsewhere, Hennier, currently on a 6.4 rating. Yeah, not exactly having a debut to remember, the centre attacking mid. But we're going to keep faith in him for what remains here. 5 minutes. I was about to go more attacking, but a highlight's begun to throw in down the line by Norwich. In possession in a dangerous area. Ball attempted to be dinked in, but Candido read it well. And now we look to bring the ball forward. Torres bursting down the left-hand side. Already done this once. Gives it inside to Gorojaga. Now with Kone. Ode on off the bench. Finds the bottom corner. Makes it 2-1. Welcome back from AFCON, my friend. A player who is unbelievable for this level. He's not been a happy camper. He's not been a happy bunny since the relegation. But I want to believe that with January come and gone, with AFCON giving him a chance to collect his head, maybe he can come in and be the player that we know he's capable of being for us for the second half this season. He is absolutely top quality, instant impact. Well, we could have another chance here. Hennier, edge of the box with it, gives it to Mackintosh. the right back. Now with Kone. Torres hits it from range. Fantastic save by Kelleher to get it out for a corner. Time's trickling away here. This game is going to finish 2-1. A massive, massive win away from home against the team who are top. This is my Palace team. This is the team that I've assembled. This is a team that I think can get promoted. If not this year, because I feel like we've left it a little bit late, but if not this year, certainly next year we should be battling towards the top. You can see Norwich so far and clear ahead. In terms of looking at the league table, I mean, technically, 14 points off Plymouth with 16 games left of the season. It's not impossible, although looking at things, FC United beat Plymouth, so fair play to them. Not enough to get them out the drop zone, mind you, but good to see FC United win. We've won. All in all, just feels like a good day for football, doesn't it? And as if today couldn't get any better, Severin got a goal and an assist for Schalke out on loan in the Bundesliga. I am confident that this man is going to get a work permit, and when he does, he is going to be phenomenal. But anyway, folks, what a fantastic episode today. It's all come up Millhouse. It's all gone to plan. I feel like we've had a really, really good couple of games. Of course, in the transfer window, we've been busy. I'd love to know your thoughts on my signings, the changes that we've done down in the comments, some of the sales as well. I feel like we did get some really good money for some of the first team players who I wasn't all that keen on anyway. And whilst there are still a few unhappy campers, I do at least now feel like we've got a squad that I know I can trust and that I have a way better grasp on because, you know, a lot of the players are now kind of my players, I guess you could say. If you've enjoyed today's episode, as always, do drop a like on things. We are back tomorrow with more. And well, until then, take care. I'll see you guys tomorrow. It is me, Jack. I'll talk to you guys in a bit. I'm out.